Next stop is the bubble in Orlando. NBA action, Game 2, East Finals. Bam Adebayo and the Heat looking to go up 2-zip on Kemba's Celtics. Pick it up third quarter, 5 minutes to go. Heat are down 4. Tyler Hero throwing it up. Bam Adebayo plus the foul. How about Bam? 21 points, 10 boards. Here's another later in the third. Heat down 1. It's Adebayo again. Heat by 1. They trail by as many as 17. Adebayo had 15 points himself in the third quarter. To the fourth we go. 4 minutes to go. Heat down 3. Jimmy Butler. Oh, look at the effort by Butler. And then he gets it back. Rewarded on the other end. He would score just 14 on this night, but was all over the floor doing things like that. The save, reestablish inbounds. That's a good dish. Heat within 1. A minute and a half to go. Celtics are down 5 now, and they're falling apart. Marcus Smart, that's thrown away. Butler, Crowder, yes. Butler 3 steals in clutch time. Heat a 7-point lead. Under a minute to go. Celtics are down 6. Oh, they desperately need a bucket. Where are you going to go? Jaylen Brown for 3. That's good. He had 21. They're within 3. After a turnover, Celtics with a chance to tie. That's a good look for Brown in the corner, but no good. And Adebayo gets the rebound, and the Heat get the win. 106-101. They take a 2-0 lead in the series. And after the game was over, our Malika Andrews reporting, quote, Marcus Smart is screaming at someone in the Celtics locker room, or several people. The yelling continues as Smart exits the locker room swearing. There were loud clanks like someone throwing items coming from the Celtics locker room. That's the reporting. Here's what the Celtics had to say about what happened.
A lot of emotions is flying around. Obviously, we feel like we could have won, should have won, and we didn't. So just a lot of emotions flying around. That's it.
We 0-2. We frustrated. But, that's team sports. You're not supposed to be happy we down 0-2. But nothing out the ordinary. Just talking about the game. It's cool. Got to get ready for the next one.
So here they are. The odd couple is back with me, Kendrick Perkins and Zach Lowe. Always a pleasure, guys. Kendrick, you know about the pressure of postseason basketball. How big a deal should we make about it if players are yelling and things are getting thrown around in a locker room after a tough loss?
Well, it should be a big deal. But Greeny, listen. The Celtics right now, they're showing up to the arena in a cute and sassy style of play. Right, they got their Versace robes on and Versace slippers and Gucci slippers with their Louis Vuitton swimming trunks. And right now, the Miami Heat are showing up in their Nomex and they steel-toe boots, and they're ready for action, and they're grinding it out. The Celtics are playing so selfish offensively. They are playing my-turn basketball. Kemba comes down. Let me show y'all what I got. I got a crossover to a step back. Then Jason Tatum, oh, you got that, but let me show you what I got in my bag. I got the side step 3-point shot. Then all of a sudden you see Jaylen Brown. Oh, let me show you, I could do something too. I got a one-legged turnaround off the baseline. That is selfish play offensively by the Celtics. And defensively, they have lost their identity. Last night, I wanted to call Bam Adebayo Bam O'Neal. He had so many dunks, he was just snatching the screws out the rim. Where is the Celtics' #1 defense that they've been leading in these playoffs? It has disappeared. They have lost their defensive identity.
Zach, I was listening to your podcast, the Low Post podcast, and you were talking about the pressure of the bubble and the pressure that all these guys are under and how impressive it will be ultimately for whoever it is that wins. But is it possible that what we're seeing there is a little bit of the pressure getting to the Celtics?
I think the pressure of the bubble is getting to every team. I mean, there's mental stress, there's mental anxiety, except the Heat, who are acting like they might as well play all their home games in the bubble. They seem to love the bubble more than American Airlines Arena. It's incredible. I think the Celtics. I think for the Celtics, this is about the frustration of losing 2 games that were there for them, and knowing now that their back's against the wall. But to Perk's point, the Celtics are out of rhythm on offense, and I think there's a tendency to say, well, it's bad coaching. Why are they going one-on-one? I think we have to give a lot of credit to the Heat. Number one, their zone defense has totally taken Boston out of its rhythm. And number two, when you have a center in Bam Adebayo who can switch onto any player in the NBA and guard them well, your pick and roll attack becomes much harder to execute. You get stuck in the mud. So yeah, Boston's stuck in the mud, but I think Miami deserves a lot of credit for that. And the pressure's on Boston and the pressure's on Brad Stevens to come with some counters to that zone defense, because you better believe they're seeing 30, 40 possessions of it in Game 3.
Zach, the Heat have played 11 games in the bubble. They've not yet lost any of them in regulation. They're 10-1, and their only loss came in overtime in the game that Giannis got hurt when they were already up 3-0 in that series. Zach Lowe, what do we say about this Miami Heat team that right now seems to be on a collision course with an NBA Finals?
They're playing remarkable basketball on both ends of the floor. Their offense has been sneakily elite all year, top 6, 7 in the league, and their defense is catching up. And I think, I wrote this yesterday for .com, it's one of the most remarkable quick fix transformations in the history of the NBA. I mean, 2 years ago, this was a team that was in 500 territory every single year since LeBron left, basically. Their cap sheet was clogged with a bunch of bad contracts. They had traded 2 first-round picks for Goran Dragic, so they didn't have a ton of trade assets. It looked like they were dead in the water, but they're the Miami Heat. That means something to players around the NBA. It meant something to Jimmy Butler. He picked them, and in the meantime, their front office with the 14th pick, the 13th pick, and then no draft picks at all with the undrafted free agents, built a capable supporting cast, got a star, a flat-out star in Bam Adebayo. It's an unbelievable story.
Perk, real quick, is this over? Do you think the Heat can the Celtics come back? They're down 2-0?
I'm not calling it a sweep, but this is dead bird tall grass. The Miami Heat is not going to let up. Eric Spoelstra is the best coach in the bubble right now. Yes, I'm saying it. The way that he's mixing it up and throwing out those different defensives, and the way that he's putting these guys in position offensively to be successful. Think about this. In Game 1, Greeny, he had 32 assists. Last night in Game 2, they had 28 assists. They are moving the ball well. They're shooting the three, and they are owning the Celtics in the paint.
All right, outstanding. Guys, we'll bring you back a little bit later. We'll talk more about this game and look ahead to the Western Conference Finals of being tonight.